friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Holly. I hope everyone is doing well today and you're having a good day. Today I am sharing a continuing collaboration. It is for the month of May. Every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we will be posting a video. It is for Make It Yourself May. So we're going to be making things at home instead of going to the grocery store to buy them. There's a ton of different ideas on here, so I hope that you go and check the playlist out from last week and that you'll also check the playlist out for this week. It is being hosted by Ann from What's Up Family Home, and she has great content on her channel. She does cooking and grocery hauls, canning videos, things like that. So if you're interested in that type of content, please go and check her channel out, and please check the playlist that will also be down below. And if you like the content that you find on my channel, I hope that you would decide to subscribe and become a part of my YouTube family. I would love to have you here. Today I'm making homemade brown sugar, and I will also be making homemade brown sugar and maple cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make that, and I hope that you enjoy the video. And to make light brown sugar or dark brown sugar, it is super easy to make, and it only takes 2 ingredients, and most people have these in their homes. But 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 tablespoon of molasses, and that's to make the light brown sugar. And if you need dark brown sugar, then you would use 1 cup of granulated sugar and 2 tablespoons of molasses. Super easy. And you can use a food processor if you want, or you can use a stand mixer, which I find this works out just as good. You need the paddle for it, but just add the sugar to your mixing bowl. And I'm first going to show you how to make the light brown sugar, so I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon of the molasses, and then you want to just mix this up. And you're going to see how the molasses kind of has a few little clumps, but that's going to go away very quickly. It will dissolve into the granulated sugar, and this is what you end up with, and that is the light brown sugar. Now, for the recipe that I'm going to make today with the cookies, I need dark brown sugar, so I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon. So just remember, 2 tablespoons to 1 cup of granulated sugar makes dark brown sugar. And then just mix this completely till it's all dissolved and you don't have any more clumps of the molasses. It kind of, like I said, it sort of melts into that sugar. And this is what you will get when that is mixed in completely. And it's not that much darker than the light, but it's a little bit, you can kind of see the difference. The light is on the right side and the dark is on the left side. So, but it tasted fine. It worked out great, and that's what we're going to use in our cookie recipe. And I had a little bit left over, maybe 1/4 of a cup or so. And the ingredients for the recipe is very simple. These are ingredients that you probably have in your pantry. Just nothing outrageous here, but you will need 2 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of pure maple syrup, not pancake syrup, make sure it's pure maple syrup, and 1 stick of butter, which also would equal 8 tablespoons or 1/2 cup of butter, depending on how you measure your butter. But that would be softened, so make sure that you take it out for enough time to soften it up. 1 cup of chopped pecans, and I've not used this maple extract before. I usually use McCormick, but they didn't have it, so I'm going to try that one out. And the pure vanilla extract. So you need 1 teaspoon of each, and the homemade dark brown sugar, 1 cup, and you will also need 1 large egg, and you want that at room temperature as well. And there is also a maple icing that will go on the cookies. So you will need 1 cup of sifted confectioner's sugar, a 1/3 cup of pure maple syrup, and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And for this, I'm using a little bit less than what the recipe calls for because I didn't have enough of the pure maple syrup. So I had just under that. So I'm trying to just kind of half the recipe a little bit. So I will leave the link below, and that will have the exact measurements for the icing. But in a medium bowl, you want to mix the flour, then add the baking soda and the salt, and you want to just mix that in really well. And then when you're done, you will put that to the side. Now I add the butter to the mixer, and I mix it up just a little bit, and then I will add the brown sugar, and I break that up. It just makes it easier for mixing. And you want to just continue to combine that until it gets to a soft consistency where it's creamy. So you've creamed the butter and the sugar together. And just make sure to get the sides of the bowl. Add your egg. And you want to mix that until it's well combined and you don't see the egg anymore. Now once that's mixed in, add the pure maple syrup, the vanilla extract, and the maple extract. And then you want to just combine this as well. Now you will start to add the dry ingredients, and it didn't say to add it gradually, and it didn't seem like it was too much to add, so I added it all at one time. So start off slow when you go to mix it, and it will come together very, very quickly. I left it in real time, and you can see how quickly that flour and the wet ingredients combine together. And just remember to scrape down the sides of the bowl as you go, because you want to make sure everything is completely mixed in. Now add the pecans, and you will just mix that in. And then I sped it up just a little bit just to make sure that it's incorporated throughout. And this is the consistency you should have. It's kind of a soft dough. And before baking the cookies, you do need to chill it for 2 hours, and no less time. It needs to be for 2 hours. Otherwise, it will not bake up right. Just cover it and let it sit in the refrigerator until you're ready. And line a cookie sheet with some parchment paper. And then we're going to take that dough and we're going to form it into about 1.5 inch cookie balls. So just, you can use a cookie, you can use what you think is the right amount, or you can use a cookie scoop. Either way, as long as you have it where it's about 1.5 tablespoons. And you will put this in a preheated oven on 350 and bake for around 12 to 13 minutes. And once the cookies come out of the oven, you will let them cool on the cookie sheet for 5 minutes before transferring them to a cooling rack. But in the meantime, the maple icing will be made. So just add the butter and then add the maple syrup. And all you're going to do is cook this down on a low heat just until the butter melts. And once the butter has melted, then you will take the pan off of the stove. And now you're going to whisk in the sifted confectioner's sugar. And then this is what will make the icing for the cookies. And you will just whisk this until it's completely smooth and there are no longer any lumps. And you can also add a pinch of salt to it if you want. And once the cookies are on a cooling rack, then you will just drizzle over that maple icing over the cookies. And it doesn't need to be perfect. You just want to have some icing on top of the cookies. And you can even let your kids do this if you want. And these turned out to be another favorite cookie, which is not good for me. But I have many favorites. But this one really did taste really good. I really enjoyed the flavor of this. And I think you will too if you like maple. Now the texture of the cookie was really good. The outside of it had that crispiness and the middle had that chewiness. So really a great combination. It turned out to be a delicious cookie. And please don't forget to go and check the playlist down below. Also Anne's channel. And please go and show some support to everyone who participated in this collaboration. And I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're interested in seeing more videos like it, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell. That will notify you when I post new videos. I hope everyone has a blessed day. I thank y'all so much for watching. God bless y'all.